Okay.
Hello, you're watching my YouTube channel. I'm your host, kamranarshad. Today, I've invited a guest to my vlog and I'm going to discuss her life, her visions, her goals, and most importantly, her field. Hello and welcome to today's interview. We are delighted to have Shumyla Noreen with us, our distinguished guide, special educator, behavior analyst, and entrepreneur. She is the CEO of the Trusted Support Therapeutic Clinic in Lahore. Shumyla, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. It's such a pleasure, and it was long overdue. So finally, we are able to meet up.
Exactly. I can understand these kind of things, right? Okay, first of all, tell us about yourself, what you have done in your life, what your achievements, if you have achieved in your life, your goals, and are you satisfied with whatever you are right now?
Okay, I am nothing, sir. I am just a mother, which I think is my specialty. Actually, I was accountant by profession, and when I started my journey, I did MBA in finance, and I was working as assistant controller finance in Multan. I'm from Multan basically, and then I got married and I had a baby, and my firstborn was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and that is how I changed my professional career altogether, and I shifted all my expertise, and I did my master's in special education. I got some international certifications from the Behavior Analyst Board USA, and then started working in the field as a behavior analyst. Now I'm working as a behavior analyst. I have a clinic in Lahore and Karachi. We serve families who are suffering, whose kids are suffering with autism, and we are serving more than 60 families right now across
Okay.
the globe. And this is my job and this is my passion.
Okay. How long have you been doing this, and what inspired you to choose this profession for a society or anything?
It's been 15 years now, and inspiration, I've already told you that when my firstborn was diagnosed, I was looking for help, and nobody actually had any knowledge about autism, what autism is, and the treatment. So it was very devastating as a mother for me that my son was suffering with something and I was not able to find the treatment and right kind of help. And then I had another child was also diagnosed with the same. I have a daughter and two sons, and both of my son are on autism spectrum disorder. And this is how I, started. And when I was not able to find any help for my kids, whatever help I got, it was not up to the mark. And you can say, I don't want to say it in public, but something bad happened with my kids, and I decided not to send them to any institute. And I decided to open my own institute, and I decided to educate myself
Uh,
and to work with my own kids, not only with my own kids, because all the kids are my own kids. I know Pakistan, Jitni families, everybody who is suffering, I decided to work with them. And this is how I started my career as a behavior therapist initially, and then I got another certification. I eventually now I'm in supervisory position, and I'm supervising all the behavior therapists.
And are you
Okay.
satisfied actually what you are doing right now in this society, in this country? I'm asking about the circumstances. You are a female, so you have to manage a lot of the things, you know. Did you ever feel any kind of difficulty in your field as a female?
Difficulties, if you're talking about, is no, I don't think so. I have been very comfortable, except one example when I joined institute when I didn't have my own institute, and I joined one, and there I met someone who was not very appropriate in terms of
Hmm.
treating females. And other than that, I didn't have any bad experience, and I'm very comfortable. And as far as satisfaction is concerned, yes, this is something which I wanted. Maybe Allah has chosen me for this. I never knew that I am, what I meant to do. I never knew, and I never even imagined that I will do this, because I was not that kind of a person. But it is a saying that you plan and Allah plan. Quran says that you plan and Allah plan, and Allah
Yeah.
is the best planner. So Allah planned this for me. I never knew that, but once now when I'm doing it, I'm more than satisfied, and like it accomplishes me
You
basically.
are absolutely right that Allah has a best planner, right? Okay, all right. How can technology be effectively integrated into the education system to enhance learning outcomes? First
Okay.
question.
So I'm a special educator, by the way, but yes, I know much about general education also. So yes, you can ask me about even general education. We can talk more about it. Whatever your questions are, I'm going to answer it.
Sure. Let me ask a question to you. How can technology be effectively integrated into the education system to enhance learning outcomes? Is it a way?
Technology, yeah, that's a good question. See, if you see the world around, they are, everybody is integrating. If you specifically in the West, they have integrated virtual reality or artificial intelligence to the education system. But in Pakistan, we are lacking far behind in technology, especially in terms of technology. We think that distributing laptop is enough, and
Mm.
we assume that our kids will be tech savvy by themselves. It's not true. We need to work a lot more to integrate technology with our education system, because our education system is that typical um, decades ago, teacher coming in the classroom and giving lecture, delivering it, and going back, and rest the burden is on the students' shoulders, that how they are going to learn and how they're going to manage whatever been delivered to them. So technology is very important. We can utilize adaptive learning softwares. Many education apps can be developed which can cater to the individual needs. We can have more interactive learning tools, like we have whiteboards, interactive whiteboards, right? We have educational games, we have simulations, we have multimedia content. We can provide online, we can establish online libraries, we can establish databases, educational websites, which can be, modified according to the needs of the children on different levels. We can have, different collaborative platforms to enhance the student learning. There is a lot that could be done.
All right. All right. If you tell me in what ways can the education system be adapted to better cater to diverse learning styles and abilities? How do you see this?
Another very good question. Actually, I would talk about again the typical system of Pakistan. When we were kids and we had experienced, I can see the same teaching system prevailing nowadays. The teacher comes in, she delivers a lecture, maybe she can require someone to stand up and read something, and that's it, and then she goes away.
Yes.
The rest burden is on the student's shoulder. Nobody cares. Like, we are having a diverse kind of learning in a class. So just imagine if you have a 25 students in a class, they're from the different backgrounds. And when I say backgrounds, that counts the cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds. So they are coming from different backgrounds, right?
This is
So their
actually the
learning styles
education
are
system
different.
in Pakistan. We have four different education system in madaris, private schools, government schools, and counseling institutions as well. So kindly
Yeah, but
highlight these kind of issues as well.
in a specific school, I'm talking about a specific classroom, right? In a classroom, if you have 25 students, they all have diverse backgrounds. Their strengths are different, their weaknesses are different. A child who is brought up in a rural family or an educated family, he has a totally different strengths and weaknesses. Another child has a totally different strengths and weaknesses. Their backgrounds are different. Their learning styles are, some might be a visual learner, some might learn better by reading, some might learn better by listening, some might read better by doing something, actually doing it. So there are diverse learning students, and they have diverse needs and they have diverse background, but our teaching system is the same. Just come and deliver a lecture and that's it. They don't bother if to know know what our students want, what are their interests, what are their preferred learning style. We should incorporate those learning styles in our teaching, because this is what we call differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction is basically based on universal design of learning, in which we say that every student has different characteristics, different preferences, different learning styles. So you should adapt according to the students. If you have 30 students and every student is different, you have to have a different instruction method for each student, to include them and to make sure that they're learning what you are teaching them, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, just tell me, how do you see this? What role should standardized testing play in assessing students' academic progress within the education system? Again, it's a
So
good
when you
question.
say standardized, yeah, that's also a good question.
Okay.
I'm not saying because I've been
Okay.
a few times.
Okay.
So standardized testing, when you say, so that means what we call in Urdu कि सब घोड़े गधों को एक ही लाठी से हाँकना, right?
Yeah.
So this is your standardized testing system is.
Yeah.
Our testing system basically based on rote learning. We call it RATA system.
Yeah.
So again, I'll say the same. The typical teaching system: teacher comes, delivers the lecture, and the students' focus is on memorizing what she has
Exactly.
said during the lecture. Nobody is eager to learn. There
Yeah.
is no learning in the classroom, right? So it produces inequality and bias also. When I say inequality, there is two terms: equality and equity. There's a lot of difference between equality and equity. I've seen a picture and it impressed me a lot. There were three people standing on some sort of boxes.
Okay.
One was middle heighted and one was long and one was very short heighted, and they were trying to see a match going on in the park, and there was written equality.
Yeah.
Like we have given equal boxes to all three. But what you think is missing there, they are not equal. When you say equality, so that means you are dealing everybody with the same teaching system. This is not equality. We should base our education system on equity, not equality. That box is not enough for everyone. For
Yeah.
a short-heighted one, that box was not enough, and he was not able to look in the ground. Who was long, he was easily able to look in the ground and watch the match. And same goes for the middle-heighted person. So what equity is, that you give two boxes to the one who is short-heighted. You might shorten the size of a box who is long-heighted, and maybe you can have 1.5 box for the person who is middle-heighted, right? So this is the way you include everybody, and you base your system on equity, not equality, right? So standardized testing is also again not a good idea. You cannot test everybody with the same way. As I said, everybody has their different learning styles.
Yeah.
They have their different product styles also. Somebody would be more comfortable giving exam by writing paper. Somebody may be more comfortable by answering questions verbally.
Yeah.
Somebody may
Speaking.
be like project-based learning. So you have to have a different, testing system for different students to make it more successful, I guess.
All right, ma'am. Okay, how can educators foster a more inclusive and equitable environment within the education system?
Well, I actually discussed. Right now I have discussed about equity and equality.
Yeah.
So this is the difference. You are not concerned with equality. You're always concerned with equity. Only solution is equity. If you are treating everybody equally, it's not taking you anywhere. That is where a system is very frustrated, and children, you see kids are very frustrated. A lot of anxiety is developing. They are going for drugs, and they are more prone to suicide. Even I have seen
Yeah.
people suicide over test and all this stuff. So I think this is very depressing kind of situation.
All right, ma'am. Okay, what strategies can be implemented to address the challenges posed by remote or online learning in the modern education system?
Online learning. Okay, it was a very, very bad experience. If you see back during COVID days,
Yeah, COVID,
when the whole
COVID pandemic days. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The whole education system was moved to online, and lots of issues were being faced by the community at the time. Nobody knew, like teachers were not trained. They don't, like I have seen recently, I have seen teachers the fogs situation in Punjab, and they shifted some classes to online, and teacher was not even able to operate Zoom. They don't know how to operate,
Yeah,
Google Meet and Classroom. So lots of trainings are
I
needed.
was
We don't
also
have
one of them.
yeah, exactly. Electricity issues, your electricity is unpredictable. Your internet access is unpredictable. A
Yeah,
lot of people doesn't have
system issue
internet
as
in
well.
their
Yeah, your
exactly
system is not
system issues.
supported that your device is not
Yeah,
supported on the speed of
exactly.
internet. Yeah,
Your teachers are not trained. You don't have electricity. You don't have internet. How can you expect that a remote learning is going to be successful? So a lot of work has to be done. You need to work on your infrastructure development. You need to work on your access of technology, maybe, and teacher training and support is very
yeah,
important. My learning material you don't have, again the same thing. You cannot teach the same content to the whole class where you
yeah,
have different students. So customized material is also one of the important issues.
yeah. All right. It's been truly enlightening to hear about your remarkable journey, Shumyla. Before we conclude, is there any message or advice you would like to share with the aspiring special educators, behavior analysts, or entrepreneurs who might be inspired by your story?
Story I've already shared. A message, as far as message is concerned, I would like to say whoever is out there in the field, they should be empathetic and they should be passionate. Empathy, I think, is the main thing which we are lacking, and
But a lot of
sincerity
people
and
don't know about empathy. What is empathy? They just know
yeah,
sympathy,
exactly.
sympathy, and
They don't
sympathy
have the feeling of
behavior.
empathy. How they can
Yeah,
be empathetic?
exactly. You need to
Empathy is
elaborate
very
empathy word in a one line or two lines.
empathy and it's
The
very
difference
important when
between
you're
them, yeah.
working, exactly, especially when you're working with your diverse population who have sensory differences. So you need to have empathy, otherwise you cannot treat them well. If you can't love them, and loving someone is something which everybody knows. I always say that, if you don't know anything, you know how to love. I think that is enough. So this
Hmm.
is the most everybody needs, especially the kids or the individual with special needs. They are lacking love, and they are lacking acceptability. So please work passionately, empathetically, and with love, and treat them with love, and be honest and be sincere with what you are doing.
Okay, fair enough, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Shumyla, for your time and for sharing your expertise. We wish you continued success in your endeavors at the Trusted Support Therapeutic Clinic and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you so much. It was such a pleasure being there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Allah Hafiz.